Today we've got another implantable medical device, courtesy of eBay. This is an Interlith RP rate programmable CMOS model 251. I think this is a fairly simple pacemaker rather than the defib that we saw last time. Fairly clean, so either this hasn't been implanted or it's been sort of thoroughly cleaned, or possibly it could even be a demonstration model or something, I don't know. Although I'd have thought if it was a demo unit it would actually have a big label saying, you know, this thing doesn't work, please don't implant it. Now the main enclosure is metal, I'm guessing probably titanium, and it appears to it's probably been welded, and it's also got this clear sort of resin part on the top of the, what looks like quite a complicated connector. There's a sort of screw here that comes out. Oh, and there's an Allen key in here. Things want to come out. This single cable's got a sort of silicone-y sleeve, and the actual inner wire is sort of sprung, sort of springy material again. Presumably that's probably titanium. Right, so I think we're going to need to use some brute force to get into this thing. Time for a new wheel, I think. That's better. Well, as you expect, quite a lot of this is battery. There's some lump of electronics on the top. Some more metal that needs taking off. This is a lithium iodine cell made by Catalyst Research in Baltimore. Let's see if it's got any life left in it. 2.7 volts. And short circuit current of pretty much nothing, so I think that's completely dead. An interesting package of the electronics. This is obviously an NFC type coil for communication to set it up and adjust it. Some fairly sort of old school sort of through hole stuff, and some sort of hermetically sealed cans, sort of fairly sort of reminiscent of sort of 70s 80s military stuff. I'm not really sure what the date is of this, I couldn't immediately find any info online, so it's probably moderately old. We've got some surface mount packages, and say these are sort of very reminiscent of old military type stuff. There's a few on the other side as well, but quite a lot of through hole parts. And two, I think those are standard FR4 PCBs just stuck together. There's only, looks like there's only 4 interconnections between the boards, unless there's a connector further down. Yep, just 4 connections. Right, these look like date codes here, 79 and 79 on that one, and 77 here. Right, so let's see what's inside this can. And as you probably expect, a rather pretty hybrid module with quite a lot of chips on it. See, there's quite a few bits in here. There's a few ICs, a few discrete semiconductors, and a few passives on this ceramic substrate. Looks like there's some resistive elements as well in the ceramic, or possibly inductive like that. These down here. And I'll stick this under a microscope in a minute to get a close look at the chips, see if we can see anything on them. On this top board, there's a reed switch on here, which so presumably you can use a magnet to maybe activate the RFID stuff. These ceramic things are usually quite easy to open up. This is an old grotty pair of cutters that don't do this with good quality cutters. This is a pair that's seen better days, but still got fairly sharp edges. Yeah. It's a fairly small single die in there. And these could even be sort of military spec versions of bog standard sort of 4000 CMOS or something fairly simple like that. Obviously, being 70s, these aren't particularly high levels of integration. You can almost see the circuit features at this, so we should be able to see a bit more detail under the microscope. Right, let's look at these gold chips. You can see the sort of very, very large feature sizes. In fact, this one's got sort of quite a lot of symmetry. In fact, if we look down here, you just make out 4011B, so I think that is actually a 4011 4000 series CMOS chip. There's this sort of 3 cube logo on most of the chips. I don't know if anyone recognises that from the late 70s. But as you can see, it's very, very large feature size, as you expect from well, obviously the date code is late 70s, but obviously it's probably designed a few years before that, so this is pretty early chip tech. And this is the larger of the gold chips. You can see there's quite a lot more stuff in there, a bit less regular. You can just about make out there a 4029B, which is a presettable up-down counter. So I suppose it's plausible that might be being used as some sort of programmable frequency divider. The other case did say rate programmable, so maybe that's how they adjust the rates. I'm assuming this just outputs like a fairly simple pulse to for the heart to synchronise to. And there's one other chip, another of these large chips, again looks moderately complex compared to the others. It's still trivially simple compared to today's chips. You can almost count the number of features on it. Not sure if those plus signs maybe indicate the number of layers. Perhaps the M indicates metal. And there is a number here, 4282. Was it 45? It's 4582. On this chip you can actually see these markings. Looks like sort of that one at the bottom is on the sort of surface, and the ones higher up look slightly recessed, so I think that may actually be indications of each layer of the fabrication process. Right, let's take a look at some of the parts on that hybrid module. Now this looks like a resistive element, and if we look down here we can actually see this looks like it's been laser trimmed. You see this horizontal burn mark. In fact, just above it we can actually see what looks like some other trim operations. So this is a sort of laser trimmable resistor. And next to it we've got what looks like a fairly simple chip, sort of very few features on it. Can't see any obvious markings on that one. And here we've got another one of these laser trim resistors, and again we can see these little trim points at the bottom where it's been adjusted. Part number there, but no obvious maker's name. And over here it looks like we've got another 4011 die, similar features. And another device over here marked 4258. Again, very large features. Again, we've got this 3 cube logo. And what looks like 6 layer marks. And now over here we've got a much bigger part that also looks like it's been laser trimmed. This is probably a fairly low value resistor. It looks like it's been trimmed from that end. One really small device, I'm guessing that's probably a diode. And another very small 2-terminal device, I presume a diode or a transistor. And one more, again very simple 2 or 3 terminal device, which again, that may, I mean that channel looks fairly wobbly, so maybe that's been laser trimmed as well. I found a little bit of information on the net on this battery. One advantage apparently of lithium iodine cells, it's a solid electrolyte that doesn't outgas under fault conditions, so it's hermetically sealed. There's no risk of it sort of exploding or anything nasty. This cell's got a capacity of 2.3 amp hours at a nominal 2.8 volts, no load. Of course what I should have done is actually tried powering it up before I pulled all the chips apart and done some measurements. I'd imagine you could probably detect the output waveforms quite easily, so I'll keep an eye out for stuff like this, and next time I'll give it a bit more thought and actually try firing it up. As I say, it looks like it's a very simple device, functionally sort of based around standard logic, obviously not a processor in sight in the late 70s. And they probably use some interesting waveforms to generate the programming waveforms. I don't know whether this was designed to be programmed in the body or externally before it was implanted, so maybe if anyone knows they could add some info in the comments. I've actually had an offer of a modern pacemaker from someone, but unfortunately we're going to have to wait about a year and a half before it actually comes out of him to have a look at, so hopefully might see something interesting. But these things do come up here on eBay, so any ones that go cheap I'll take a look at, and obviously if anyone's got any lying around, please get in touch.